Hello everybody, welcome to the Jambar In. My name is Scott Tanner and I'm joined here today with...
I'm Tristan Hostetter.
We have a lot to talk about here at YSU. Tristan, take it away.
In light of recent allegations brought against nearby Ursuline High School, the Jambar is looking into its relationship with Youngstown State University. YSU has had a long history of supporting various institutions and initiatives in and around the community. One way this support presents itself is in the form of sporting facility rentals. Ursuline is one of the several institutions that rent the Watts, Stambaugh Stadium, and Farmers National Bank Field to host their home games and practices. In a statement, Youngstown State University stated that their relationship with Ursuline, amid its litigations, remains restricted to business. The statement states, under this arrangement, the university receives an annual facility rental fee. This partnership is strictly a venue rental agreement and does not extend beyond the use of athletic facilities. The university has emphasized they have no involvement with Ursuline's current civil lawsuits. The initial suit was filed against Ursuline's administration, several football coaches, the Catholic Diocese of Youngstown, and several football players, alleging sexual misconduct on a trip this summer and Ursuline's alleged negligence in taking appropriate action.
Conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at Utah Valley University on September 10th. Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, was noted for his controversial stances on topics such as gun control, abortion, and LGBTQ+ rights. He often debated these topics with students on college campuses. In response to Kirk's death, YSU President Bill Johnson released a statement condemning the act, stating, "As a university president, and more importantly, a father and a grandfather, I was sickened to see today's shooting that took the life of Charlie Kirk, a young American who was simply exercising his constitutional rights of free speech on a college campus." Kirk's death comes during a time of deep political division in America. A Minnesota state representative and a senator were killed and wounded in an attack in June, and several attempts on President Donald Trump's life has been made between July and September of 2024.
The Youngstown State University Board of Trustees met on September 17th to vote in several policy resolutions. The resolutions focused on several sections of the Student Code of Conduct, including the anti-hazing policy and the religious accommodations policy, among others. The board voted yay on all the resolutions. Amy Fluker, endowed professor in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, spoke about the new American Civics course established in compliance with Ohio Senate Bill 1. Fluker also mentioned the America 250 YSU initiative. The America 250 initiative celebrates the 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Youngstown State University is looking beyond the classroom to promote healthier lifestyles. A local partnership is helping students and the community rethink how they get from place to place. YSU's GuinFIT is partnering with the League of American Bicyclists and Healthy Community Partnership, Mahoning Valley, for the Moving Active Transportation Forward workshop from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. September 23rd at Stambaugh. GuinFIT Health and Wellness Coordinator Dalton Capana shares more information on the event.
Doing street demonstrations, temporary designs, implementing them, assisting with them. That's a great learning experience too, to see what needs to be done infrastructure-wise in Mahoning, Trumbull, and Columbiana County.
Afterward, Dr. Nicolette Powell, Associate Professor of Public Health at YSU, shared additional information.
We're having a national speaker to come to our area to kind of help us figure out what do we want our future to look like here when it talks about moving active transportation forward. And really what that means is where we bike, where we walk, where we go, how do we get to the destinations that we get to?
Students can find information about GuinFIT's program as well as event registration at ysu.edu.
And Youngstown State University brings out a new program to further student-athlete careers with name, image, and likeness deals. The university launched the Penguins NIL to help athletes connect with brands and sponsors. The program comes after substantial changes as a result of House versus NCAA, which allows schools to share revenue beginning in the year 2025-2026 school year. Director of NIL Tyler Burke says strengthening their deal with Open Doors gives them new ways to help further student athletes' careers and brands.
There's education on there, learning how to, manage your taxes and building your brand and reading contracts and things like that. There's a marketplace via our partnership with Open Doors where student athletes can create a profile in, and our fans can find them. So getting started doing that, we have an NIL store where, we have officially licensed merchandise with student athletes' name and number on it, and they get a percentage every time they something gets bought from there that with their name and number on it.
This replaces the Penguin Collective, a group ran by third-party volunteers that will shut down at the end of the year. Burke says the goal for the first year of the program is for it to run smoothly and give athletes more avenues to build their brand. The Penguin NIL is available to all student athletes.
The Horizon League is shaking up its basketball tournament format, and the changes could help Youngstown State University get to Indianapolis. Starting in 2026, the Barbasol Horizon League Championship will remain to 10 men's and women's teams instead of 8. The new structure adds a play-in game between the 10 and 11 seeds on March 2nd, with first-round matchups on campus sites 2 days later. From there, the action moves to the Corvetta Coliseum in Indianapolis on March 8th. The top 3 remaining seeds will receive byes, advancing directly to the semifinals. Championship games are set for March 10th, with the NCAA tournament bids for grabs. The Penguins men's basketball team reached last year's titles game as a 4 seed, but fell to Robert Morris 89-78. The league also announced Barbasol will return as the title sponsor for 4 years straight.
And as YSU fall sports are in full swing, we wanted to highlight a spring team that has been working behind the scenes. Editor-in-Chief John Ostapowicz has more.
The Penguins softball team opened up fall ball against Cuyahoga Community College on September 12th and are scheduled to play in 4 more non-conference games to help prepare for the spring season. In the offseason, the team made changes to its roster and coaching staff. The Penguins hired Erin Pond as an assistant coach following her 4-year stint at Cleveland State University. The coaching staff also welcomed back a familiar face in former Penguin infielder Alyssa Imler. Imler begins her coaching career as a graduate assistant. Head coach Brian Campbell added 5 transfers to the team, including senior Emma Gilkerson, who spent the last 3 seasons at Cleveland State. Campbell spoke about Gilkerson and his 4 other transfers for the 2026 season.
To bring someone that's familiar with the Horizon League, I think that's a big positive. Be able to lead that as far as experience-wise is nice to be able to lean back on that, knowing what the conference is about. But I also say that there's 4 other transfers that have done pretty good too, and are in the conferences they come from. So just to add that experience is beneficial for the whole program.
Along with transfers, the Penguins round out their roster with 6 true freshmen and 13 returners. For Campbell, fall ball is an opportunity for the team to build fundamentals before the competitive pressure of spring begins.
But as far as team-wise, again, it's a learning experience there in the fall, and I know that that's the best part about us playing in the spring. We have that chance to teach.
Up next, the Penguins travel to Mercyhurst University on September 20th for a doubleheader and return home to face Slippery Rock University on September 26th and Walsh University on October 3rd. Reporting for the Jambar, I'm John Ostapowicz.
The Youngstown State University men's tennis team opened its fall season by securing a first-place doubles medal and 2 single draws at the YSU Invitational in YSU Indoor Tennis Center on September 13th and 14th. The duo, freshman Raphael Lafleur and senior Alexis Marquette, kept the medals in the Youngstown after a performance that led them to win the doubles point. The duo was 4-0 between both days of the tournament. Lafleur and Marquette won 2 matches, Saturday and 2 more Sunday, going 2-0 to secure the doubles crown for Youngstown State. YSU will return to the courts September 19th through the 21st for the Toledo Invitational at the University of Toledo Varsity Tennis Courts in Toledo, Ohio.
And the Youngstown State University women's volleyball team was back in action with their final regular season tournament. They competed September 12th through the 14th in the Steve Baumrind Invitational hosted by the College of Charlestown. The Penguins started against Charleston and lost 3-1, but the Gwins were led by senior Abby Householder, who had 14 kills and 14 digs. YSU then took on Stetson University and lost 2-3, with 3 of the sets being decided by 2 points. The team had 2 players with 15 kills, Householder and junior Gabriella Machin, and the Penguins then bounced back with a 3-2 win over Quinnipiac University. Machin paced the team with 14 kills, 8 blocks, and 8 digs. The win improved the Gwins to 5-4 on the season, their best start since 2022. With the hot start, head coach Riley Jarrett is making sure to keep the team grounded.
Yeah, I always tell them we really want to peak at the right time. So we want to make sure we're continuing to focus on what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, getting better at those.
The team will be back at home September 18th and 19th to wrap up non-conference play as they take on the University of Akron and Kent State University. To check the score of those games and learn more about the volleyball team, visit ysusports.com.
Despite a 2-0 overall record, the Youngstown State University's football team fell short to Michigan State University. Editor-in-Chief Jambar John Ostapowicz has more.
2 undefeated football programs in Youngstown State University and Michigan State University went head-to-head at 3 p.m. on September 13th at Spartan Stadium in East Lansing, Michigan. The game started out as a close contest between the Spartans, but they turned a 4-point advantage into a 3-score lead as the Penguins fell short 41-24. Head coach Doug Phillips said the team showed promise in its first away game as it helps the team prepare for Missouri Valley Football Conference play October 4th.
I said this is getting us ready for, what we want to achieve in league play. We got to go to tough venues. We got to go to 3 indoor arenas that's just as loud just because it's indoor. So, for us, I think we learned a heck of a lot. And, we got to take from the film and we got to be better next Saturday.
Despite the loss for Youngstown State, sophomore Jaden Gilbert recorded 130 all-purpose yards and also set 2 career highs with 72 rushing yards and 58 receiving yards. Junior Bo Brungard led the offense with 242 yards and went 24 for 34 to go along with 2 touchdowns. After the game, Gilbert said the team had momentum heading into the locker room, but errors in the second half helped Michigan State win the game.
I believe momentum and energy is serious. So, the little mistakes we made, it kind of cost us a little bit in the end. But, yeah, I feel like we played great. Our first road game, we played great.
The defense also played a crucial role in the matchup as senior Preston Zandier led the Penguins with 11 tackles, while Dane Hodge and Karsten Marshall recorded 9 and 6 tackles, respectively. YSU falls to 2-1 overall and is still in search of its first road win since November 18th, 2023 against Murray State University. Youngstown State continues its road trip against Towson University at 6 p.m. September 22nd in Towson, Maryland.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the Jambar in 10. I've been Scott Tanner.
And I've been Tristan Hostetter. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Support for Jambar TV is provided in part by the YSU Foundation and the Jane F. Lamb Charitable Foundation. Thank you.